Hey everyone, welcome back to Off the Shoulder Podcast, a Bible-based podcast anchored in Jesus and designed to encourage you to allow God to take every single weight that you were never meant to carry off your shoulders. I'm your girl, Debbie. I hope you've been having a great week so far. And in honor of Mother's Day, I have my son here as my special guest, Manny. He's been on multiple times. It's always good to have you. So welcome back. And we're going to be talking about how they see us, meaning our young adult children. You know, it's easy for me to always see them as my babies. And I know they see themselves as adults. So I've had to make the adjustment as they grow into who they are and grow into young men. I have a 26-year-old, 20-year-old, and a 17-year-old. And so my parenting has had to shift in terms of how I speak with them, correct them, counsel them. It's a whole nother dynamic in this house. And so my first question for you, Manny, is how do you see me? You're 20 years old now. Is it different compared to when you were a child?
Yeah, absolutely. When I was younger, I used to always feel like you were like superhuman, you know, like
really?
You had no feelings, you had no emotion, you had no nothing. You was just mom and you was about business. You would play with us and all that, but for the most part, it was, make sure you're doing this, make sure you're doing that. We never really saw you show emotion other than like frustration that we didn't do something that you wanted us to do. It was more like happiness.
Okay.
But we never saw you show like being sad or crying or anything, but like outside of crying in a church setting or in a prayer setting. So I always thought that you were just like, the strong mom. And you're still a strong person. I still feel like you're a strong person. But as I got older and I started to, grow up and live life and see you through all your, like the circumstances that you've been through and be able to see, you kind of break down sometimes and be emotional and cry and all the things. I started telling myself like, mom's a woman, but she's not a robot or or a superhuman entity. You're a human like everybody else, and that I just had to. I came to realize that as like a early teens, like 15, 16, right around there.
Okay. That is so interesting. I remember thinking of my dad the same way, like he was just tough. He never showed any emotion outside of anger or happiness. And there was no sadness. So I didn't see him as that way either. But I remember you were probably at early teens and I had made a conscious decision to stop hiding my emotions in terms of like if I'm hurt, as opposed to just showing if I'm angry with you or happy. I was always showing the stark differences, but the in between where it's like sadness, I was like, nah, I can't let them see me soft like that, I made a conscious decision because I thought, they need to see all of me, like the real me. And I also didn't want you all to hide your emotions. I didn't want you all to feel like you can't cry in front of people because God gave everybody tears. I hate when they tell boys or men, suck it up, no, we all got tears. So why can't we all shed them, when we need to? So it was a conscious decision to change that dynamic. So I'm glad that it worked. I was very uncomfortable though. I was very uncomfortable the first time. Like I didn't hide the tears, it was not fun for me. But now it's like, whatever.
Maybe. Every time you just let it out.
I do. But yeah, so when it comes to Mother's Day and things like that, how has your going up to Mother's Day? We all have our birthdays early, and then my birthday is in April, and then now you have to deal with Mother's Day. Do you dread it sometimes, or you just what do you think?
No, I don't dread anything. It's just the only thing that is a little bit of an annoyance is the fact that every time up until certain dates like Christmas, your birthday, Mother's Day, it's like a 2-week long announcement that this day is coming up, and we better do something. You better get me some for my birthday is this day. We know when your birthday is. We know when Mother's Day is. We know when Christmas is. You don't gotta tell us. That's the only thing. But when it comes to
okay.
actually doing the things, no, I don't dread it. I just,
Okay.
I do. I like doing. I like giving gifts. It's fun.
All right, good. Cool. Well, I had to start saying something because I didn't want to be raising entitled children, like thinking that everything is about you and I'm only supposed to get you gifts and I'm only supposed to acknowledge you on your birthday. I felt like that would train you to be selfish. That would train y'all to think that everything is about you. That's what I was thinking. And so I was like, let me change this dynamic because you all weren't thinking of it on your own because there was few years that y'all didn't even write me a little card with your little handwriting. So if you didn't think of it on your own, I was like, let me just and let you know it's important because I want you to remember it not just for me, but just in life. When people that you love, think of them too. Be proactive in thinking of other people. So that's why I did that. Yeah.
It worked.
Yeah. All right, good. I'm glad it worked. Okay. And so when we think about Mother's Day and we think about mothers and all that goes into parenting, it's a lot, right? And I think, like you said, we can look like super women. We can look like nothing phases us, and we can take on anything. I wonder, was there a time or an instance where you thought, you know what, mom just can't do everything by herself, like, or maybe I should just do something. You know what I'm saying? Did you ever think I need to take some weight off my mother's shoulders?
Yeah. When you had got that surgery for your, what was it? Like
it was
your
a hysterectomy.
hysterectomy.
Yeah.
Yeah. When you got that and you came home and you was barely able to walk, you had to be walked to the couch, laid down. You was making all types of noises and groaning. You was all the way in pain.
Yeah,
I was like, whatever, whatever you need me to do, I'll do. But I won't complain because usually when mom tells you to do the dishes, you're like, I don't want to do the dishes. We tell you to take out the trash, you're like, I don't want to do the trash, but you still do it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But there's a difference between complaining and doing it, and just I didn't have no complaints about doing anything because that was like a real eye-opening moment. Like you weren't indestructible.
Right. Yeah.
So
that is so
like,
true.
I'm gonna need to help her out and step it up in any way that I can to make sure she's not. I was bringing you the blankets, I was setting up your pillows, doing all the things, and I didn't have a problem with it because it was like something that you needed me to do.
Absolutely, it's so true because they did. You all really did, and they made sure that I didn't have no family, no friends come over to help. They said they were going to do it, and they did. Like I did not have any issues with getting around because of them. Yeah, so you all did take care of me. I didn't hear one peep, one complaint. I didn't. And so thinking about as a son, I was gonna say child, but you're still my child. But as a son, a young man, when you're younger, and I'm raising you to be respectful, I'm raising you to honor me and live according to the word, etc. Do you find there to be a different way you think of honoring your mom compared to when you were younger and when I was like drilling those scriptures into you?
Not necessarily different. It's just when I was younger, I used to think like, that meant to do whatever they say, no matter what. Don't I feel like now, while honoring you, I'm asking you like, we're having a conversation about why you want me to do this or why I should do something or what, Before it was just like, in a young mind, you're saying, oh, if you don't do what your parents say, God don't like that. So you like anything that y'all will say, I'm like, okay, fine, I'll do it because God don't like it.
Yeah.
But now, because I have my own brain and I'm able to think for myself, I'm just, I'm more weary of certain decisions because it's my, it's my choice, my life choice now. So, but I still honor you in most ways, you know.
You do, Manny. I'm not.
So
This is not a test.
yeah, I'm still honoring you and all that, but
Yeah. And then of course there's the little things like you said, washing the dishes, stuff like that. Stuff in the house like that's non-negotiables,
mhm,
But yeah, in life I have, as you all have gotten older, I have learned to adjust to, yeah, I'm gonna tell you my opinion. Yes, I'm gonna tell you what I expect, but I also will back down. When I see that you all are standing 10 toes down and you really want to do this, I just be like, okay, let me just back off and let me go talk to the Lord. And you have to, like, I make my own decisions, right? You have to start to make your own decisions
yeah,
outside of what I'm telling you to do. Like, how are you going to function in life if you're hanging on my every word? You
yeah.
just can't. Yeah. And so, last couple of questions. What's your favorite thing about me? And then when you were a kid, what was your most annoying thing about me?
I think my favorite thing is the fact that, like, I like your sense of humor, and I also
Okay.
like the fact that I can come and talk to you about anything without there being like a what do you call it? Like a punishment, or a fear of being punished for something
Yeah.
that I feel like was just a life choice that
Okay.
can be bypassed, or good, like it'll pass with time, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But most annoying thing. How much time you got?
Oh, no,
Nah,
you didn't. Go ahead.
But I don't know, the way you used to talk to us sometimes when you would tell us to do stuff. That the shut up, thank you thing. Ooh, that used to piss me off. That used to piss me off bad. That used to piss me off.
I remember you guys telling me, oh my goodness.
That used to piss me off.
I know. I haven't said that in years, huh?
And I feel like you just constantly be like, you used to wake us up for church.
Yeah.
By coming in the room, banging on the wall, pulling our covers off, yelling, saying, "Get up!" Ooh, that used to piss me off.
Why are you telling my business? Well, I had to do that. Tell me why I do that, Manny. I used to wake y'all up.
You could have came in.
I used to.
Guys, wake up!
Yeah, right.
The Lord is watching.
Yeah,
you could have came in.
You'd have jumped up and
nice.
said, "Oh."
I would have been like, "All right, Mom."
Okay. Yeah.
Got up.
Let me tell you about these kids. Because he tried to play me. Let me tell you about these kids, okay? I used to wake them up very gently, okay? But they would not get out the bed. And let me tell you what else they do, okay? God, no, he's like, this is about you, Mom, not about me.
No, tell me what you
do. Okay. When there's an event, right? They will be up at the crack of dawn getting ready for this event. Let it be the morning of church.
No,
why am I calling your name 25 times?
We're late to everything.
You're not late to everything?
Even events.
No, you're not. You be up early. Joshua will be up, waking us up, okay?
I woke up last Sunday.
You know why?
Because I love the Lord.
Yes, and
because I love the Lord.
Yes, okay.
Why?
And you love your girlfriend, and you will bring her to church, so he got up early. Okay, I was like, oh, what you doing up? Okay, yes. Let's talk.
All right, but I was there on top.
We were. Okay, Manny. As we close out, what would you say to young adults who are navigating their own growth and making decisions for themselves, but at the same time, their parents are still adjusting to parenting them at this adult age?
Oh, I would just say give your parents a chance. You know, it's probably, if you're the first child, then it's their first time ever having to deal with this or having a situation like this happen. Yeah. You know, like when your kid becomes an adult or a young adult or older teenager and they start wanting to do certain things or wanting to experience certain things, that's something that a parent has never experienced before. You're their you're their little baby in their eyes. So they're not gonna just want you to be too hasty on making decisions because you turned a new age this year or next year or whatever the case may be. So I'll just say give them a chance, but also let them know, just be able to talk with them openly about the decisions that you want to make and the things that you want to do, so that they can have trust and faith that you're going to do the right thing, no matter if you're with them or not with them.
Yeah, that's good. I like that. And I would also say for parents, keep trying. I know that sometimes they can make you feel like they don't want to hear nothing you have to say. I always pray about everything, and I always go back to them with another conversation. Maybe I'm going to adjust the way I'm saying it. I'm going to maybe adjust my tone and ask God like how to just say this in a way that's digestible for them. All right, Manny, thank you so much for joining me today.
You're welcome.
Yeah, and don't forget your merch. We have mugs. We have our nice off-the-shoulder mugs, and Manny's wearing a nice off-the-shoulder t-shirt. We also have prayer journals, and these are just your daily reminders to know that God can and will take the weight of the world off your shoulders. I'm looking forward to talking to you again next week. God bless you and have a great rest of your day.